Hey guys, welcome back to Opening Digimon Boosters. And this episode of Opening Digimon Boosters is brought to you by that. Brought to you by Field Worker, who says you can draw 3 cards and your opponent must also draw a card. Or may. Cool. Just thought I'd do something dumb since I still have these Pokemon cards over here just on my side. Anyway, we're back with some more Digimon boosters. Last time we saw some very interesting stuff. I don't know, what was my favorite card out of last episode? I don't know. I like Babamon. Less for its ability, but more for its art. Either way, we're here for some more good old opening Digimon boosters. So if I kind of skim over a card and you wanted to have it be read the entire way, go back to an earlier episode and you'll be able to, well, see me read it and talk about maybe if it's viable or not. But then again, don't take my word as law, because I'm just a fucking shitty YouTuber. There's probably actual YouTubers who play the card game like competitively and like know if a card is actually good or not. But with my very small knowledge of the game, I just say if I think it's good or not. So anyway, Judgment of the Blade. It's another one of those cards that came with the Jesmon and Ragnalordmon double pack that had its alternative art. It was the same way with Brave Metal and Fly Bullet, but this one's more related to Jesmon, so I'm going to read it anyway. 1 memory for Judgment of the Blade, and its ability is Main. One of your Digimon with fuck in its name, or Royal Knight in its traits, can attack your opponent unsuspended Digimon for the next turn. So, that's pretty cheap just for attacking anything. And if your Digimon has piercing, then that would just be a free security check as well, just for attacking something, because even if you block, you could still pierce through it. So that's pretty nice. And then security says, you may play 1 Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand or trash without paying memory cost, then add this card to your hand. So it's like you get double ability. That would be really nice if this is in your security, but it's also nice to have it if it was just like as a card you drew. So this is not a bad card at all. I really like this one. All right, we got Boogieymon. You know, I didn't make a joke about that last time when we talked about Boogiemon. This is Boogie. I'm going to refer to him as Boogie2988 or whatever. Remember the fat guy? The multitude of fat guys on YouTube. You mean Frozen Breeze? Yeah, him, yeah. Oh, Boogie. You're like Snooky. I don't know what that means. I have absolutely no clue what that means. Either way, next card we got is Reinforcing Memory Boost, which has the delay. Actually has a nicer delay than other ones since it gives 3 memory instead of 2. Security has placed it in the battle area, but I'm guessing the reason why it's higher is because of that memory cost of 6. Then its main says, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Place one of them at the top of your security cards face down, add the remaining card to your hand, then place this card in the battle area. This is a pretty OP memory boost, I would say. Get a free card and then get a free recovery, so not bad at all. I likey. All right, Assuramon. Assure you can. Oh, this is the one that was on the Tapirmon card, and it's our old friend Koki. Anyway, this is Baluchimon. I don't know if Baluchi is like the name of an animal or what that even means, but okay. They both got kind of like puffy cloud tails. Anyway, his ability is on play if you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger draw 2. So, on play for 4, not bad. It's kind of a cheap champion, so I would say this is a pretty nice card to use, and it's cool that Tapirmon has a champion form. Anyway, we got Tamers. I should really look that up. Let me look that up. You know, I made that joke last time talking about the weird YouTuber, but I should really just look up what they're called. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. His latest episode from 3 days ago was Sonic and his lover Bartley fist fight the Oracle of Delphus. So, yeah, another service announcement to say, if you're mentally insane, go watch that. Anyway, enough of Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4. Got another Ultimate Eosmon. Alright, we got the Entraining of Pulsemon with BBmon. And it's kind of just hanging out on like a road. So I guess one of the eggs just hatched by a road, I guess. It has no ability since it's a baby. But the Inheritable says, When attacking once per turn, if you have 3 security cards, gain 1 memory. Really, Pulsemon's all about having that 3, but if you're dying too fast, you may not have that 3 in the end. Alright, we got another Babamon. Alright, Gelt Schwartz. Or no, it's not Gelt Schwartz. It's Gewalt Schwarmer. So, you should know this Digimon. It's one of my favorites. It's Gundramon. He is the dragon that is made fully out of guns, and he is one of the, 3 musketeers. And he is, well, this attack, his option card, has a memory cost of 7. So if you haven't seen the event, or not the Avenge, but there's the regular Kidmon card, MagnaKidmon, go back and look at a different episode. But this card would be able to be targeted by his ability. Anyway, Gewalt's ability is if you have a 3 musketeers, you can ignore color requirements, then main, delete all Digimon with play cost of 7 or less. That's pretty good. Then security is just to add this to the hand, which from there, MagnaKidmon could then use the ability. So, pretty good. Anyway, got another Ancient Troyomon. Alright, another super rare. We got Titamon, the mega level of Gaburimon and Ogremon. So, he's like a giant ogre with a massive, like, sword. And if you ever played Decode, he shows up, like, near the ending of the game to kind of help out. So, that's really cool. Anyway, Titamon's ability is when Digivolving, trash 1 card in your hand. Then you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So, you could trash a card to instantly play it out, or you could trash Underworld's Call just to draw another card, so you could use it that way. Then, your turn once per turn, when you would trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP and security attack plus 1 for the turn. So, that's a pretty good ability. I've had Titamons that actually have no ability, so having something that'll actually, do something is pretty nice. So, we're still on the lookout for Beelstarmon and the Bonds. We're still looking for James Bond. He's out there somewhere. James Bond needs us, and we're going to find him. He's actually named James Bung. Anyway, we've got Petaldramon, which is the beast spirit of Arbormon and of plant-type Digimon. Anyway, Petaldramon, which I always felt looked really cool, but he didn't really get much screen time. His ability is you may Digivolve this card from your hand onto a level 3 tamer. A level 3 tamer. It's from a tamer as if it's level 3. Then its other ability is piercing. So, a little bit nicer than Arbormon's, like, absolutely no ability, but it's kind of lackluster. A lackluster card for a lackluster man. Anyway, anyway, we do have at least 1 card with that this time. Anyway, we've got Kinkakumon. We talked about Ginkakumon earlier, but this is Kinkakumon, which is a champion level Digimon. So I was confused and thought it was a rookie, but this is the one that a lot of people think is like the champion level of Minervamon and Mervamon, since it looks so similar to them. So, I'm not sure if that's true, but I think it would be funny if it was. Either way, Kinkakumon's ability has none, but its inheritable says, when attacking, you may trash 1 card in your hand and delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. So, it's pretty much a rookie wiper, but they have to have rookies on the field in order for this ability to even be played. But I like the art because, yeah. It's also got a club that kind of like shoots out, I don't know if that's like fire or those are like the laser spikes of the club. So, I like the card. I like card. Alright, another reinforcing memory boost. Nanimon again, almost worthless. Judgment of the Blade. Tapirmon. Alright, we've got I always fuck up this guy's name. Eldrademon. Maybe it's like Eldoradomon? I'm not sure, but he is a massive turtle, and by massive, I mean he is fucking gigantic. He is literally the size of an entire island. He's carrying a giant tower on top of him, so he's like a super massive Digimon that just carries a giant island on top of him, so he's pretty cool. Anyway, he has security attack plus 1, and opponent's turn, your opponent's effects can't reduce this Digimon's DP. So, I guess this would be that he would be the perfect counter against a yellow deck? I don't know. Either way, I think that's Sarismon up there, like flying away from him, like the giant weird plant bird thing. So, I guess that's what it's trying to connect to. Pretty nice card. We got Impmon. Alright, this is a strange one. MagnaKidmon. I've never seen this guy. So MagnaKidmon's ability is on play if you have 3 or fewer security cards, gain 2 memory. So, I mean, I guess it would be a pretty good late game play. Then it has no inheritables, so pretty much you're playing this for the ability only. But it's only going to activate once, so really you can just Digivolve instantly after it's been played to kind of save it from death. So, not a bad card. He's got like a gun on his hand or something, I guess. Anyway, we've got Happy Bullet Showering. So I'm guessing this is MagnaKidmon's contribution to all the option cards that he can activate. But Happy Bullet Showering, such a strange name. It says if you've got 3 musketeers, you can ignore color requirements, and main, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. And then security, activate the card's main effect. So, I mean, it's pretty nice if they've only got 1 card on the field. That means just target the 1 card. But really, if they've got a bunch of like cards on the field, a bunch of Digimon, you have to go from the bottom to the top. So you really would have to activate this card over and over again. But it's not a bad one. Anyway, another Entmon. And we've got Skullgreymon. Very fucking metal-looking Skullgreymon. I guess he's from like the Glaive memory boost card that we saw earlier. But anyway, Skullgreymon's ability is when you trash this card in your hand using one of your effects, you may place it under one of your purple Digimon at the bottom of his Digivolution card. So, kind of like a Dorumon, Alphamon kind of placing cards underneath other cards. And its inheritable says Retaliation. So, I guess you could just instantly give a random Digimon Retaliation. So, And then also, when attacking, you may trash 1 card from your hand to have this gain 3,000 for the turn. I mean, that would be good if you wanted to, like, put more Skullgreymons underneath Skullgreymon. Or just use other cards, but I like the art. Maybe the ability is a little bit lackluster. You're just not as good as other cards, my man. You're just not as cool. You know, I know what's cool. I play Digimon. Why is that always just my response? I know what's cool. I play Digimon. Then nobody else thinks Digimon is cool. But if you're watching this video, you're most likely saying, no, I think Digimon's cool. I'm not a loser. Don't worry. You are a loser. Just accept it. We're losers together, my friend. We shall lose forever. Sometimes accepting what you are will make you feel better than trying to say you aren't. Giving you motivational speeches, I guess. Anyway, gave memory boost, or whatever the fuck. Bow Fuckmon. Alright, we got Tinkermon. This is, if you've never seen Tinkermon, it's meant to be like the, kind of like Tinkerbell from Peter Pan. Because there's literally a Petermon. Yes, Petermon. And he's meant to be Peter Pan. Then there's Captain Hookmon. So pretty much all the parts of, I guess, the story. But anyway, this is meant to be like the same size as Tinkerbell. And it's just like a little fairy thing. Either way, Tinkermon's ability is on deletion. One of your opponent's Digimon gains negative security attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. So you could kind of ram this thing into anything, which is just weird to say with Tinkerbell, because there's some people who are sexually attracted to Tinkerbell, which is very strange. This thing is like the size of your thumb, so I don't know how you can get that on, but okay. Either way, you could ram this thing into a random giant Digimon and get it killed just to activate that effect, or just like go at it with security and not care if it dies, because you kind of want it to, so. Alright, Madoki Betamon. Eldoradomon, or whatever the fuck. Gigadramon, which is the other form of Megadramon, kind of the purple and more mechanical than it is biological version. Anyway, Gigadramon is also treated as red as by its ability, and its inheritance says, opponent's turn, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP, so. I think I'd probably play the Megadramon before the Gigadramon, but it's a very nice art. It's like falling down a hole, maybe, so I don't know. Anyway, another Viselekmon. Oh, we got Mojamon. He was always a strange Digimon. He's kind of like an abominable snowman, but he was like more of the abominable snowman than Frigimon was, because he was an actual, he kind of looked like a monster in a way, and Frigimon just looks like a snowman. So, anyway, his ability says, your turn, while your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards in play, this Digimon gets jamming. Just another one of those abilities. He's kind of just, he's showing another Mojimon like a plugin, and the other one's just got like a a floppy disk. I didn't really look at that. Then it's inheritable, says, when attacking, trash one Digivolution card from the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. Now, that might be a good ability to hook onto, like, a Zulongmon to just, like, attack again and again and again and keep removing Digivolution cards, which could be really nice. Anyway. Blasted Disaster. So this has Entmon, like, firing, like, a haze of some kind. Like a weird deathly haze. It says, main, suspend all of your opponent's Digimon, then gain 1 memory for each of your opponent's suspended Digimon. That sounds pretty nice. Then, security, suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon. I think this actually might be worth playing in a green deck, since you could suspend all of their cards, in which a lot of green cards talk about if they are suspended Digimon on the field, you get something out of it. So, that would be a big boost, I would say. Next up, we got another Pagumon. Then we got Sistermon Blanc, the uncensored Sistermon, unlike Sistermon Noir. She just has a staff in this version, I guess. And Sistermon Blanc's ability is, while all turns while you have a Digimon with Fuckmon in its name or Royal Knight in play, all of your Digimon with Sistermon gain blocker. Then on play, trigger draw 1. I think I actually have this card in that starter deck I keep talking about, but it's a pretty good card. Either way, something looks cool behind it. Alright, we got Genkomon. One of the Royal Knights that kind of just shows up for the, like, Hackmon story. So, anyway, he's like the evolution of, like, Meramon and stuff. And his ability is, when Digivolving, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. So, I guess if maybe you've got a bunch of Megas on the field, or your opponent does, and they've all got the exact same play cost, I guess you could just kill all of them in one hit, which would be pretty awesome, but kind of hard to set up. Another ability is your turn. While your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon, this Digimon gains security attack +1. I mean, that's pretty good. Means that, like, you can gain it if they have an attack last turn or if they had summoning sickness last turn. So I'd say that's a pretty nice card. Pretty good card. Oh, why did I put Blanc in black? I need to put Blanc in white. It's literally in her name. What? Words. They're quite nice. Even though I sometimes don't use them all that well. Sometimes I just sound like a screaming idiot. And, you know, I am. But you don't have to make fun of me for it. Cries. We've gone through this, and we haven't seen any of the bonds or any secret rares. So, you know, there can be booster boxes without a single super secret rare in them, but, you know, that makes me sad. Anyway, we got Gigadramon, Vice-Electmon, Big Mamemon, Baluchimon, kind of like Balloonmon, I guess, Strabimon. Alright, we got Deputymon, Deputymon, which has very, very, very small text. It's like, can you even see it on there? Yeah, I guess you can, but it's kind of blurry the closer you go. Anyway, Deputymon is literally a gun. He is a gun that holds guns that will shoot you with all 3 of his guns. He's always been such a strange Digimon, but apparently he's linked to the 3 Musketeers. It says, on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon with 3 Musketeers in its types, and or 1 option card with a memory cost of 7 among them to your hand. Trash the remaining cards. So, not bad. Then, your turn. This Digimon can Digivolve into a Digimon card with 3 Musketeers in its types from your hand for a memory cost of 6, ignoring Digivolution requirements. So I guess you could make this champion, Deputymon, jump straight to any of the 3 Musketeers. It doesn't have to be Kidmon or Gundramon or Beelstarmon specifically. It can be any of those guys, so not bad. Except for Avenge Kidmon, but I still don't understand him. Anyway, Fuckmon, as everybody loves. Pukumon, haven't seen him in a while. Another Fly Bullet. You're going to need a couple of those to make a good 3 Musketeers deck. Pinamon, Ogremon, and Eosmon Mega. So Eosmon Mega is, well, the final form of Eosmon. They've all got the same name, but are just kind of differentiated depending on what level of Digimon they are. I already have an Eosmon Mega, but it's not that great, so I hope this one's a little bit more useful. Anyway, Eosmon's ability is, when Digivolving, for each Tamer in play, you may place 1 level 5 or lower Eosmon from your trash at the top of this Digimon's Digivolution cards in any order. If you have 2 or more cards with this effect, if you place 2 or more cards with this effect, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon. So it's kind of like packaging up all of the Eosmon in order to start deleting shit off the field, which isn't bad. Thought I got a text there for a second. Then his secondary ability is your turn. For every 3 Digivolution cards this Digimon has, it gets security attack +1. That's pretty nice, knowing that you can have like a million Eosmon on the field, so, or in your deck, so not a bad card. Not a bad card. But then again, we need the things that kill it. And we need, well, Beelstarmon. Because the horny arises. The horny arises. It's like the Force Awakens. Nah, I came up with something different, man. The horny awakens. Alright. Let's see. We got, I'm just checking the time in case we're going over time, but no, we're only at like the 20-minute mark. Bulkmon, Dragomon, Deputymon. You'd probably want to run a 4 of this. Alright, we got Mammothmon, who's just hanging out with a Frigimon and a Yuki-Botamon in the snow. This is actually a pretty nice art by Koki. I like this one. I think since he adds so much white to his art, I think he does really nice like work when he's doing snow cards, because it's like if he adds so much white to all the Digimon's like shading, I think it looks really nice in the snow. Anyway, we've got Mammothmon. Mammothmon has no ability and is a pretty weak ultimate at 6,000, but its inheritable says, all turns, when you have 3 or fewer security cards, this Digimon gets plus 1,000 DP. Maybe he's meant to be Tapirmon's ultimate, and then finally the last one would be Skull Mammothmon, but I'm not sure. Don't come at me and say anything about that, or you could just come at me and tell me, because I think that'd be interesting. Anyway, Kinkakumon, Octomon, Parabolic Junk. Alright, we got Wizardmon again. It's not a purple Wizardmon, it's a yellow Wizardmon, so has no ability. It's just kind of hanging out with Yuki-Botamon in, well, I guess it's like, I don't know, in its shop, I guess. Maybe that's supposed to be a reference to like Salamon and Gatomon, since Yuki-Botamon evolves into them. That could be something. So, has no ability, like I said, but its inheritable says, your turn, once per turn, when a card is removed from your security stack, you gain 1 memory. That would actually be really nice to put into Dynasmon, so, wish it was not 1 memory, but, and it wasn't a once per turn, but whatever. And we've got Howling Memory Boost, which shows Gabumon and Agumon, Gabumon and Gabumon bond of friendship behind them. It's got the regular stuff for security and delay with them, but its main attack, or its main ability, says, trash up to 2 Digivolution cards from the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then place this card in the battle area. I mean, a nice way to get rid of, like, lower Digivolution cards, so not bad. And for a cost of 3, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice a card. Alright, we got another baby. We got Demi-Meramon. Sometimes Demi-Meramon is red, sometimes it's purple. It's just kind of what you get sometimes. Anyway, its inheritable says, when attacking, when this player attacks a player. So I just like choke Cooper one day when I'm playing the game. Anyway, when this Digimon attacks a player, it gets plus 1,000 DP for the turn. Lackluster. Alright, Manticoremon. So I got its name right when I was talking about its plugin. It's a very weird looking Digimon and is even said to have eaten humans during Ghost Game, but I'm not quite sure about that one. Anyway, Manticoremon's ability is, when attacking, you may trash the top card's security to have one of your opponent's Digimon get negative 5,000 DP for the turn. And it has no inheritable, so it's pretty much like using the option card every time you attack. So I guess you could make it so that, I don't know, you could get rid of all your security stack just by attacking. So it might be able to, like, kind of synergize with Dynasmon by putting you down to 3 on purpose, but I'm not sure if you would want to do that all that much. Alright, we got Sistermon CL, the one with the sword. Anyway, her ability is, all turns, all of your Digimon with Fuckmon or Royal Knights in their name get plus 2,000 DP, and on play, gain 1 memory. Kind of a basic card, not super useful, but I've seen other CLs that are just like way better than that one. So that one is just kind of passable, not anything so amazing that I would go like, oh, this is something we definitely got to play. It's just like one of the many, I would say. One of the many. Anyway, pull out the memory, as always, so that we don't have to look at it. We got Glaive Memory Boost. Mammothmon. Parasaurusmon. Oh, we're moving through too quickly. Toy Agumon again. Alright, so what we saw was Mermus... I always fuck up his name. Mermukasmon. That is the main villain of the weird Frontiers movie, where like they're trying to save that island in the sky where Darkmon and Hippogriffmon were the same Digimon, which was this one. And he's just kind of like a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Anyway, his ability is Retaliation, and on deletion, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you may play one Ornismon from your trash without paying its memory cost. Not bad. I don't know the connection between Mermukasmon and Ornismon, but might be a connection there that I don't know about, so that's interesting. Now we've got 8mon again. It's been a while since we've seen him. I wouldn't have wanted to see him again since he's kind of useless. All right, we got Forbidden Trident, which is Dragomon while attacking with his trident. So for 1, and with the security of adding this to the owner's hand, it says main one of your Digimon gets plus 2000 DP, and when attacking, return your opponent's level 3 Digimon to the hand and trash all Digivolution cards of that Digimon. So, I mean, it would be nice to get rid of other champions, and using 1 memory just to get 2000 DP might put you over the threshold for many Digimon to kind of survive security attacks that they might not have. So, not a bad card for 1. Kind of a strange extra ability, though. Alright. I got Wizardmon. Blasted Disaster. Pile Volcamon. Machmon. I don't think I've ever heard of this one. He is literally a car/bike Digimon. And he's got, like, Agumon, like, going like, what? Behind him. So, maybe this is a reference to Digimon Racing for the GBA. You ever remember that game? Yeah, that was a game. It was like Mario Kart Super Circuit, but worse. I don't know. I don't think he's from there. Anyway, Machmon's ability is Decoy Black. So, when one of your other black Digimon would be deleted, you may delete this Digimon to prevent it. That's actually pretty nice since it's a play cost of 4, and you really wouldn't want to be fighting with this thing. So, trying to save maybe your Mega from dying by killing this would actually be pretty nice. Alright, we've got Sora Takanochi and Mimi Tachikawa, and they're both in their last Kienzon forms and just kind of, they really don't interact during the movie. Sora is kind of barely in the movie. It's more like she's just kind of being sad the entire time. And then at the very end, she's like, oh, I hope you guys can win, or something. So she's kind of not in the movie, and neither is Mimi. She's like barely on screen. But their ability is start of your turn. If your opponent doesn't have a level 4 or lower Digimon, gain 2 memory. So if your opponent has been playing too hard and been leveling up too quickly, then this would be a good card to use. Then your turn, when one of your purple Digimon attacks, you may suspend this chamber to draw 1, then trash 1. So, not bad at all. I think this is a pretty nice card for what it's worth, I would say. Anyway, let's open up another. We're kind of like halfway through the box now, so I'm hoping to see if this has a secret rare or not. I don't think all boxes are required to have a secret rare. I think I've ran across some that don't have any and just instead had like a bunch of super rares instead. But, you know, it would be nice to get a secret rare. It'd be nice. Alright. I'm just going to be complaining until I get something, so don't worry about my complaining. I do it a lot. Anyway, Tapirmon. Pedaldramon. That guy I can't say the name for. Strabimon. Alright. We've got Deltamon, who is the champion form of Chimeramon. You may think Chimeramon is like a Jugress of like a bunch of other Digimon, but most of the time they'll mark Deltamon as its champion level. Either way, you can see it's got like Skullgreimon's head and maybe someone else's head and just a random dinosaur in the middle. Maybe Vidramon, you might be able to say. But he has no ability and has no inherits, so he's kind of fucking dog shit, but interesting to have, I guess. Alright, 8mon. Ginkakumon. Alright, the actual Volcanomon. This is a pretty funny card. He's kind of like commentating over Agumon and Black Agumon playing the card game. So I guess this is like the announcer. And they're just like kind of like I don't know. Maybe do they not want the announcer, or are they just overwhelmed by him? I don't know. And then you can kind of see, like, the War Greymons behind him. Like, War Greymon regular is, like, putting his hands up like he's, ooh. And then Black War Greymon is just kind of hanging. So this is a pretty nice card art, but he has no ability. Then his inheritable says, your turn. While your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon in play, this Digimon gains security attack +1. You know, I think I like this thing for the art more than its ability. So, and I always like the art where it shows them playing the game. I just kind of have a soft spot for that. Anyway, we got Pomumon. We've seen a lot of these before, since the later on one is kind of like a floodgate card. But this is a very strange interpretation of it. I never really thought that its mouth would open like that. I thought it would open like a beak mouth, but okay then. Either way, Agumon's like trying to chase after them or something, or run along with them. But a 5,000 rookie ain't bad, but it has no ability. Much sadness. Anyway, Gengakumon promote. Rattle Blaster. Another Ancient Troymon. I've got like 3 of those now, man. I don't really need more. That card's not even that great. So now I've just got like a million kind of okay cards, I guess. Nothing so amazing that it'd be like, oh, I need to place this card into a deck. Like, I guess I could run an Ancient Troymon card deck, but I don't really know like what kind of synergies could be put with it. All right. Last pack of the episode, and we've got a Megadramon, Tinkermon, Pangiamon, Deltamon, Tropical Venom. Oh, we got Skull Mammothmon. I was guessing it was going to be in here. It's just he's kind of just on top of Skull Greymon. That is a very strange art, Koki. Why does it look like, you know, they're kind of getting down and dirty? I don't know. That's a strange art, but anyway, its ability is Blocker. Blocker on yellow is kind of uncommon. Then all turns, when you have 3 or fewer security cards, this gets plus 2,000 DP. Not a bad ability, but like kind of basic. I think it's more that the art is kind of, you know, out there, I would say. You know, Koki, I don't remember you drawing smut. Anyway, Gizamon, Flamemon, Gewalt Schwarmer, Mojamon. Something cool's looking back there. We got Cutting Edge, which is like, oh, I guess I get it. It's like Eosmon cutting Diaboromon in half using its like weird diamond plates and stuff, which is pretty cool. Just showing that, like, I guess Eosmon is stronger than Diaboromon just to kill him in one hit. Then again, Diaboromon is kind of weak. He's kind of just, he's strong in the fact that he can multiply himself. Like, that's his strongest factor. Either way, Cutting Edge's ability is you may play 1 level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand without paying memory costs, then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a DP less than or equal to the Digimon played with this effect. So you could either delete it for 6,000 or 4,000. So not amazing. Its security is just to activate the effects. Not an amazing card. Something behind this looks awesome. What? You know, I always knew that I was a psychic. At the very end, we get one of the secret rares. We get Beelstarmon, one of the 3 musketeers. Now the only musketeer I'm missing is Gundramon. So, you know, what's left on the list? I guess Alphamon, Gundramon, and then the Bonds. But Gundramon's a rare, so that it'll probably show up. But anyway, Beelstarmon being the female version of Beelzemon, and pretty much the leader of the 3 musketeers. Let's see what her ability is. It says, what her ability is. When playing this card from your hand, reduce its cost by 1 for each 3 musketeers Digimon and option card with a memory cost of 7 in your trash. So it's an on-play effect. So on-play for 12, but if you've got like a ton of like dead option cards in your trash, which is probably what you're going to be doing, this might actually be really nice to be able to get to play that play effect. But let's see what that says. Oh god, excuse me. I usually don't do regular burps, do I? Weird. Anyway, it says on play, return 1 option card with a memory cost of 7 from your trash to your hand. Then use 1 option card with a memory cost of 7 in your hand without paying its memory cost. So it's kind of like a better version of just regular Kidmon. Since Kidmon's ability said, when digivolving you may use the option card in your hand. And then if you don't, it has a different ability. But this one will pretty much say, like, you can get it out of there. So, not a bad card. It's a little bit lackluster, but it is a very nice looking card. I did not get its alternative art. Its alternative art is like worth $30, but I like this art too. I would get the alternative art at some point if I really felt like throwing away my money. Oh wait, why am I opening another one? My brain went, oh, let's open up another one. Anyway, you get to see a little bit of a preview for the next episode. Anyway, next time on opening Digimon boosters, we're going to hopefully find the two, like poster Digimon and finish up this booster pack. So I'll see you guys next time.